Hello everybody, welcome back to Season 3 of the Twilight Zone. Last time we had a cave, a spooky cave, and we get cave paintings. What they were of is still a mystery to me, but there were people, little stick people, in the cave paintings. And when you weren't looking, and when you were looking, they came to life, and all they wanted to do was kill animals and people. And, sacrifice them to the cave gods. But we had to do something about them. Did we succeed or not? Did you watch that one? This one is called Dream Me a Life. Haven't we all thought of dreaming a life for ourselves that may not be like our own? Will this episode... I'm not going to trust anything in this episode because the title is Dream. So everything could be a dream. Up until we get our footing. Let's get into it. Don't worry, it's just a dream.
Please, someone do something.
This is a dream.
You've got to do something. If he gets through that door, please.
Jesus. Is Freddy coming for us? Don't open the door. That was scary.
Portrait of a man having a bad dream. His name, Roger Simpson Leeds.
That's more than a bad
Place
dream.
of residence, a retirement home. Who, since the death of his wife 3 years ago, has dedicated himself to living a life in which he touches no one and no one touches him. But now contact has been made, and Mr. Leeds is about to find himself touched by the Twilight Zone.
By the dream monsters. You should I want to see what's behind that door. Hopefully not death.
Hey, great day, huh? What do you got?
You're the mailman?
Uh-oh.
You get a letter, and you get a letter, and you get a letter.
So, how's with that son of yours?
All right, I suppose.
Suppose? I thought they were supposed to be coming out to visit this weekend.
Well, you know how it is. I can't have a bunch of kids running
He
all
doesn't
over
want
the
to see
place.
anybody.
Oh, of course not. With photographers, mad social whirl, estate dinners. Well, it just doesn't leave time for anything else.
Exactly,
sure they
yeah.
understand.
You're an evil man, Frank. Did I ever tell you that?
Frequently. But then I'm not the one with the nightmares. Hey, one of
How
the
do you-
nurses told me that they heard you again last
No.
night. Oh, we're meeting in the rec room for poker at 7.
No.
And by the way, I hear you're getting a new neighbor.
What?
Somebody's finally taken that room
Is-
next door to yours.
Is it the
So he
woman?
doesn't snore.
Is it the woman from his dream?
Who said it was a he?
It's the woman from his dream, is it? I do recognize this man, but yeah, there she is. Does she recognize him? Does she have that nightmare too? Is she okay? Does she speak?
Aren't you going to say hello to our new guest, Mr. Leeds?
She didn't say hello to me. Do you want to go to poker night?
Come on, Mike. I mean, lots of marriages are more fun and scary. You going out tonight?
Hey, Roger. So, how about it, Roger? You want to sit in on a hand or two?
Yeah. Go on.
Told you.
Who asked you? Give me two. Her name is Laurel Kincaid.
Laurel
Word
Kincaid.
is she hasn't talked to anybody in 10 years. Not since her husband died.
You have something in common.
As she went away, you look in her eyes, all you see is a reflection.
Yeah, he would see a reflection of himself in her. Because they're going through the same thing. They've lost someone, and in their grief they've pushed everybody they love away. She's a more extreme example of it. But I think maybe if inside the dream they can open that door, the thing that they're afraid of, letting other people in again, I think it's going to be a wholesome thing, where they both learn to reconnect with their loved ones, with each other, with the poker people, with the TV watching people. Yeah, I can see that. That's the way I feel like it is going to go. And it's inside the dream. It's all crazy nightmares, but it's just their own fears that are holding them back. Although he was going straight for the door, wasn't he? Before he woke up.
Nothing goes in.
Roger, I'm surprised you're not asleep. You're usually upstairs by 10.
No, I don't feel much like sleeping.
You want to talk about it?
It's the nightmares, dude.
No.
Freddy.
Frank, why don't you just go away? Leave me alone.
Because I'm your friend,
He's
damn it.
your only friend.
We used to talk, remember? 20 years. That ought to count for something, Roger.
20 years.
Nothing's been the same. Not since. It's been 3 years.
Rachel was Frank, it was yesterday. I just been sitting here thinking of some of the silly things that we can never straighten out. Jams and jellies. I'd say pass the jam, please, and she'd say, here's the jelly. But one day, I was in a bad mood, and we got into a big argument over it. Can you believe that? I mean, the little tiny picky things.
Over
people
jams and
argue about.
jellies?
I miss her so much.
Yeah.
I know.
At least he's talking to this guy about it.
Rachel was a fine woman. But you can't keep pushing everyone away.
I never knew I needed her so much until she was gone.
Yeah.
I felt I could do anything because she believed in me.
Yeah.
My old father, he never said much of anything that was useful. But he did tell me 2 things. 1, that love never dies. And 2, that we're never given anything that we can't handle.
Oh, he told you your father lied to you twice.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
All right. But if you change your mind, if you need me, you certainly know where to find me. Well, that's about the most we've talked in almost a year. We ought to do it more often.
Good night, Frank.
He's a good friend. Now, about this dream. You gotta help this woman out of her 10-year silence. And you gotta help yourself. You'll be okay. But she needs help. You gotta do it. Here we go. This is real creepy though, this dream. It's all black and white. Yeah, and creepy.
You got to stop. You got to. You don't understand.
We gotta open the door. We gotta open. Oh no, the candles. It is like a Nightmare on Elm Street. He got burned in real life.
God.
We got the cave music. It's back.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Roger, you been outside yet? It's glorious. You look awfully pale these days. You could use some sun. What happened to your hand?
Nothing.
Oh, no. Oh, nothing
Nightmare.
I can't see. This I can see. Therefore, that is something.
Can't you ever shut up?
Hey, Frank's a good guy. You don't speak to Frank like that. He's not gonna invite him to the poker game anymore. He's gonna try and talk to her.
My name is Roger. I think we met.
Yeah, we talk in dreams.
Just like some answers. Am I losing my mind? That is you, isn't it? In my dream?
Yeah.
Even before you got here, you were there, weren't you?
Well, what do you know? He's actually talking to somebody of his own free will.
That's right.
Of course, he would pick somebody who doesn't even know he's there.
You picked me, called me. Somehow. What I can't figure out is, why me? They tell me you haven't spoken to anyone since your husband died. What do you want from me?
You're a kindred spirit. You can help each other.
You want me to protect you from that thing? Find somebody else. I can't protect you against it. I couldn't protect my own wife when she was dead.
No. He's talking about it at least.
She was such a wonderful woman. She was very, very kind. Toward the end, we were in a hospital. She could barely see, and she kept calling me. I was right there, but she couldn't see me. She kept pleading, please help me. The pain, stop the pain. And she called my name over and over again, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I held her hand, and I wouldn't let go. I still don't know if she knew I was there. Mrs. Kincaid, that thing behind the door, whatever it is, it's gonna come through.
We gotta open the
Pretty
door.
soon, isn't it? Maybe tonight.
We gotta do it.
Well, I don't know what's behind your door.
Yeah.
I don't know
Face it.
what you're afraid of, but there's nothing I can do to help you. I just want everybody to leave me alone.
No.
Get out of my head.
I feel
leave
that.
me alone.
Yeah. Anything? No, here we go. Don't touch any of the candles this time.
You've got something. Let me get through on time. Please help me.
Come on, help me!
No, I can't.
What's out there? You're not keeping somebody out. You're keeping somebody in.
Yeah. Oh. It's her husband.
No, don't. It's time for me to go.
No,
You gotta let him go.
can't go.
You have to let me go.
Yeah.
Yes, Laura. This isn't even me anymore. It's just a shadow, a memory.
If you go, I'll die.
No, Laura. Listen. I love you. I want you to go on. For me. So that my life will have meant something.
Yeah.
For me and the kids. For what we had.
Oh, they've kids.
40 beautiful years. You are always so strong. Now I want you to be strong for me one last time. It's going to be all right. Live, Laura. Please.
You can make friends with him.
How can I let you go when you never even said goodbye?
Oh.
Goodbye, Laura. My greatest love.
I should hope so. 40 years.
Why? Why me?
I think you know.
I think we all know. Where is he going, though? I could understand if he was already in this room and she wouldn't let him leave, but... You know, he came in through a door from somewhere, and now he's gone further into the room. Don't ask questions. It doesn't matter. Just a sweet little episode about grief and, love. She'll speak to you now, probably.
Frank,
Hey, look at you.
where's Laurel?
Oh, she's out back someplace. We're having a poker game tonight, 7 o'clock.
He's got a date.
I'll hold a place for you.
Yeah,
Huh?
sure.
My father, you know he never comes.
Ah, eat your cornflakes.
Hello. I know you're there. And I can wait.
Aw,
I can wait just as long as I have to.
he's gonna sit here. Oh, her eyes are moving.
Burned your hand
Yeah.
Yes.
on a candle.
That's right.
Would you like something to eat?
They got cornflakes in there.
Breakfast was very nice, I think.
Bacon, eggs, and toast and marmalade.
Jam. Jelly?
Toast and jam and jelly.
Yeah.
And we got hash browns, but I wouldn't go near those.
No.
How are you?
It's sweet.
Mr. Roger Simpson Leeds. lately returned from a journey into shadow, who found that there is no darkness so complete that it cannot be penetrated by the human heart, or the Twilight Zone.
Right. The Twilight Zone, bringing you heart. That was Dreaming of Life. That was a sweet episode of the Twilight Zone about grief and loss and two people who were going through the same thing, connecting through their shared pain and coming through it together in the end. A very simple story in one way. The way it started, that was some of the creepiest stuff I've ever seen, you know? There was just a wildness about the black and white and the chaos of the dream, and I was like, what's going on? But then it settled into a nicer, gentler episode. The best character in the whole thing was the friend who tried to get him to open up, who was always there for him even though he wasn't speaking to him too much, you know, always trying to get him to express himself, to tell him what was going on in his mind, to get out in the sunshine, inviting him to a poker game. You know, even though he would always say no, he kept trying. And they'd been friends for 20 years. And then they both went into the same, it's kind of funny, into the same home. You know? I don't know the timeline of it, but it's 3 years since his wife died. So maybe he went in straight after that. 20 years of friendship isn't that much, though, when you think about it. That means they would have met when they were, like, in their late 50s, early 60s. You know, doesn't seem that long when you think about it in those terms. Yeah, that just occurred to me now. Anyway, he was the best character. The main guy and the woman who didn't speak, you know, they had a nice moment at the end. And yeah, some of the stuff, you know, him talking about his wife and the jam and the jelly, that was kind of sweet. It didn't really hit my heart too much. There was something a bit overly done about the whole thing. I felt like I needed a few more takes maybe to really hit home. But maybe it's just the way my mood today. Maybe it would hit harder on a different day or different part of my life. I accept that. So yeah, that's it. That's Dreaming of Life. Next episode is called Memories, which is kind of what this one was about. I don't trust anything in the next episode. It's just all a memory. Somebody's going to wake up in the future at the very end of the next episode. It's going to be just a memory. Everything we experience. We'll see. We'll see if it's going to be... Maybe it'll be a sweet episode like this one, or maybe it'll be science fiction. So come back next time, and I'll see you then.